Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be explaining a very complex strategy on the Hive called splitting. What is splitting? Splitting is a way to take one set of diamond armor and make it buff 2 people, or maybe even more. Let me explain that in more detail. If you're playing a team game mode like Treasure Wars or Bed Wars or even Sky Wars, you can distribute your armor in very weird ways to give you and your teammates an advantage over the other team if they're not splitting. So this is a feature that the Hive added by accident. The Hive created their own damage settings that are different from vanilla and CubeCraft and servers like Zeka. So the Hive accidentally coded in this very weird feature where you can share your armor with your opponents in weird ways to gain more health than you should have. And if you watch pro players like Ignacio or Julian or Adroit or maybe SwimFan, you might see them do these weird armor splits and you might be kind of confused about it. And no one has ever taken the time to explain it. And as one of the most knowledgeable people in the subject, I thought I would explain it. So this is my video explaining splitting. So if you came here to this video and you just wanted to understand the most basic parts of splitting, you're brand new to the community, you want to understand the most basic splits, these 3 are all you need to understand. These are considered standard iron splits. If your teammate says, hey bro, drop me an iron split, or maybe you say to your teammate, hey, drop me an iron split, which you will do every single day on the Hive, this is what they look like. A iron chest plate, iron leggings or iron boots, and then the rest of your armor is chain. This is an iron split. Now, you may ask, what does this do? If I'm in a full set of iron armor, right here, and my opponent is in an iron split, if we fight each other with stone swords, we will do the same amount of damage to each other. If we add in things like bows and diamond swords and sharpness, then things will change. But if I, in full iron armor, am fighting this guy with a stone sword, we will do the same amount of damage to each other. So that is the general idea of what a split is. So one iron split could be shared between 3 people to give them a lot more health than they would otherwise have. I hope that makes sense. Before I go into more detail, you might recognize that I left out the helmet. I didn't say anything about an iron helmet. An iron helmet and a chain helmet are the same thing on the Hive. So if I put on an iron helmet and I take it off and put on a chain helmet, no matter what I pair it with, an iron and a chain helmet will always be the same thing. I just wanted to clarify that before I got into the rest of the video. So if you came here just wondering, hey bro, I want to do a basic split, these are the 3 splits, this is how you do them. All of them are basically the same thing. There's one difference with the chest plate that I will get into later. So if all you wanted to know is basic splits, here you go, that's it. Have a nice day. Now we're going to get into some very complex damage splits. So I will tab out of my game and I will come to this graph and we will start. So I made this graph here, splitting rules, and I have another one, which I will leave in the description of this video, which explains very similar ideas to this. So let's go over this. Splitting rules. There are 2 categories of splits, diamond splits and iron splits. And there are 3 types of each split, invincible, strong, and weak. So if we look at our diamond splits, there's an invincible diamond split, a strong diamond split, and a weak diamond split. And then the same thing applies for iron. There's invincible, strong, and weak iron splits. If a split is invincible, it means all three swords will do the same damage. So invincible split, all three swords will do the same damage. If a split is strong, it means a diamond sword will do more damage than an iron or a stone sword. If a split is weak, it means a diamond sword and an iron sword will do more damage than a stone sword, as we can see here. Quick note, all three types of splits, so invincible, strong, and weak, will take the same damage from a stone sword. So when you hear the word base damage or the phrase base damage, it means what damage do they take from a stone sword? What damage will all three take from a stone sword? Base damage. So let's get into it. What is the base damage of diamond armor? The base damage of diamond armor is 20 hits. So a stone sword will always do 20 hits to an invincible, strong, or weak split. Now let's get into the shreds. A diamond sword will shred a strong split, meaning it will kill the strong split in 10 hits. An iron and a stone sword will not shred the strong split, so they will once again kill the strong split in 20 hits, like up here. And then here we have a weak split. If we look at a weak split, it gets shredded by a diamond and an iron sword. So both these swords will kill a weak split in 10 hits. With a strong split, only a diamond sword will kill it in 10 hits. And then here we have 20 hits for stone sword as always. So I hope that makes sense. Invincible, all three will do 20 hits to kill. Strong, diamond sword will do 10 hits. Iron and stone will do 20 hits. And then here, weak, obviously diamond and iron 10 hits, stone 20 hits. Let's go down to the iron splits. So as you saw here, it was 20 or 10 hits for a diamond split. For an iron split, it's 10 hits or 7 hits. So an invincible iron split will get killed in 10 hits regardless of the sword. A strong iron split will get killed by a diamond sword in 7 hits. And then you should understand the procedure by now. 10 hits from a stone and an iron sword. And then we will come down to the weak split. And once again, it will be 7 hits to kill a weak iron split with a diamond or an iron sword. And then once again, 10 hits to kill it with a stone sword. So I hope all of this here makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments and I can elaborate in more detail. So now let's go back into the game. Here I have provided all the potential iron splits and all the potential diamond splits. So here, let's look. First, these are the potential weak splits you can do on the Hive. There's actually one more, but it's very uncommon. So these are the 2 potential weak splits that you can do on the Hive. These are practically the only way to replicate this damage here. These are the 2 potential weak splits. And then these are the 2 potential strong splits. So both these strong splits will be killed by a diamond sword in 10 hits and killed by an iron or stone sword in 20 hits. And then here are potential invincible splits. As you see, the chain helmet is the same as an iron helmet. And then there's one piece here and then invincible. As you can see, if you have 3 pieces diamond and then an iron chest plate, it's a strong split. But if you have 3 pieces diamond and any other 3, it's an invincible split. That is because the chest plate is a lot more important than the other pieces. If we come over here, we will see the same idea. These are the invincible iron splits. These are the strong iron splits. And these are the weak iron splits, or the normal iron splits that you will see in the screen. So that is the base of strong, weak, and invincible covered. Now, let's get into some of the caveats or the weird gotchas. So in Treasure Wars and Bed Wars, I'm sure you know that there's protection on iron chest plates. Now this messes up a lot of things. I will start off over here with what the protection chestplate messes up. If you're playing Skywars, the chestplates do not have protection, so this does not apply. This only applies to Treasure Wars and Bed Wars where iron chestplates have protection. So if you look here in the strong splits, you will see an iron chestplate and iron boots. And then if we turn around, this is also a strong split, iron chestplate and iron leggings. However, this is not a strong split. Why? Because the chestplate has protection. So if you have an iron chestplate with either iron leggings or iron boots, you will be a strong split. But if you have the boots and the leggings, you will be a weak split because you do not have protection. If you somehow magically spawned in protection on your leggings, it would switch around, as you understand, but we're not magically spawning in protection on our leggings. So this will be a weak split because you do not have the chestplate with protection. And this will be a strong split because you do have the chestplate with protection. So that is one of the caveats. Another thing that protection chestplates mess up is fall damage. All armor will take the same fall damage. If I'm naked, I will take the same fall damage, as if I'm in diamond armor. The only time you'll take different fall damage on the Hive is if you have a protection chestplate on. If I have a protection chestplate on, I will always take half a heart less of fall damage. If I fall from 10 blocks, I will take 3 hearts of damage, but if I have a protection chestplate, I will take 2.5 hearts of damage. You will always take half a heart less of fall damage, no matter how high you fall from, if you have a protection chestplate on. Now, onto the last caveat of protection chestplate. You see here a bow. If I get a bow will do 1 heart of damage to a strong split. A bow will also do 1 heart of damage to these 3 invincible splits, but not this one, because this one is full diamond and these are missing 1 piece. So even though all 4 of these will take the same damage from a sword, these 3 will take 1 heart from a bow, while this will only take half a heart. So if this was about bow damage, then all of these would be strong splits, right? Nope. This will take 1 heart from a bow, like all 3 of these. But this will take half a heart, like full diamond armor. Why? Because of the protection chestplate. If this did not have a protection chestplate, it would be 1 heart like everything else here, except for this. But because this split has a protection chestplate, it will take half a heart of bow damage instead of 1 heart, just like full diamond. This is not that important. Do not worry about that if you did not understand it. Bow damage is not very important. But to summarize that again, if you have this chestplate on, you will take half a heart less of bow damage, meaning it will be the same as this. If you didn't understand that, don't worry. Now, 2 more things. I explained the protection chestplate and I explained the bow. Now let's get into golden boots, also known as fall boots in scrims. Fall boots are simply considered chain. So however you see these chain splits is how these fall boots will integrate. Sometimes I see players putting fall boots on with diamond armor, and I've actually made that mistake before, and it will break your diamond armor split and it will not work properly because you're technically wearing chain boots. So be careful of that. And then onto our last caveat, the sharpness sword in Skywars. If I have a sharpness 1 diamond sword in Skywars, all 3 of these will become strong splits. So all of this will be a strong split, and this will still be invincible. But if you are playing Skywars and you have a sharpness 1 diamond sword, these 3 become strong splits, whilst this will stay invincible. I hope that makes sense. So I believe that is everything. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will put this diagram here in the description for everyone to see. Yeah. If you want me to make a video explaining anything else about a certain mechanic on the Hive, let me know. And my Discord is CHRSX13 if you have any questions. Bye-bye.